Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay
everyone?
calm.
What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
Help!
Here,
Oh,
take my hand.
ah!
Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me!
Take it. Take my hand.
After a big afternoon of shopping, there's nothing better than some Mexican food and a nice little drink. Come on down and enjoy a nice Mexican fiesta.
Guess what? We took everything you love about the Bloomin' Onion and created a menu you've never seen before.
Let me hear you say, Bloom that ass. Bloom that ass.
This bloomified menu starts at $13.99 and it's gonna blow your bloomin' mind.
The legend, the Thorid, indeed. Welcome, everybody. Good morning to you all. Hope you are doing well. Well, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. No. Yeah, draw stream. Whoa. I picked up my tea from a bit too low and it wobbled a bit. Let's be careful about that. I hope you're well. It is Friday morning. That was my very first sip of tea. It's still a bit hot. But we're getting here. It is not 5 p.m. Well read. Obviously, the sun, the early morning sun is out. The birds are nesting in the hazel thicket. And I can't remember the rest. But yes, it's Thursday afternoon, says Mark. Well, to some of you, to others, to those of us in the future, it isn't. We're here to keep continuing on the struggle, the work, as it goes forward. Coloring this book should be finished by now, but I'm not. That's just how it goes. What have we got here? We're gonna say, let's say hello. Let's say hello. Mark's music obsession came in first, and I did miss you last time, Mark, so I have doubled you which puts you up to 80. Congratulations. Far and away now on the path to 100. I won't even be able to fit 100 in there. I hope you get there. We've got Creative Welshman, Super First, Bogan First, First Welshman, probably the only Welshman, I'm going to guess. Hail Mo Biggs, the Golden Wrench, Mo Biggs and Sumo Thori. Our screen names. Yeah, what was up with that? We all had ats. You know, that's what they do, YouTube. They put something out and then they pull it back and then it comes in permanently. I've noticed that's their technique. I don't know why they do it. Probably just a little feeler. Mo says he felt it was very intrusive. Yeah. We'll see. Did the world-renowned writer color this coloring? This has always been coloring. It fits better and it ends the debate. See, you're all talking about, you know, the English with the O. Now there's just no O. It's just you. How about that? I dropped it, pronounced the unnecessary O in an act of spiteful. It says bogan English. Exactly. What's up, Cosmonaut Comics? What is up, Snarkcon? I better stay away from purple. There is a purple. I have a purple hue, but it is mostly on Ella, so I guess it's fine. It fits within the masculinity, femininity spectrum. But I don't think anything is colored purple. I mean, I might be mistaken. But purple is great. Purple is my go-to color for shadows. $13.99 exactly. I gotta put up a next time I do a crowdfund. I've got to make something for $13.99. What's up, Well Read? We reviewed. Man, I didn't think we would go so hard on poor Eric last night. I don't know if you guys caught it. We reviewed Shadow Sentry, a book I enjoyed. But I was thinking I'm going to be the one guy who isn't really into image style team books. I like new image. I like Image 2025. Weird sci-fi, paranormal kind of stuff. I'm not really into Image 1990s. That just wasn't my jam. I read a bit of Spawn. But he was very magnanimous. Is that the word? He was gracious about our critique. And he gave us a little bit back, and I think he was right too. But I will definitely read the next one because I like the story. A rare free-ish Thursday for me. Well, it's great to have you here, Mo. The Hazel ticket. Yeah, Samwise Gamgee. That's what he says. You know, because it's spring here. What does he say? Hazel thicket. Spring is well and truly sprung down under. He says of Bag End. What's the full quote? It'll be spring soon. The orchards will be in blossom, and the birds will be nesting in the hazel thicket. They'll be sowing the summer barley in the lower fields and eating strawberries with cream. You all know that. Don't pretend like you don't. What's up, Citizen Ronan? Who else have I not said hello to here? Corey Landis. What's up, ninjas? Even the shadows are by curious. It's all in the shadows. Snark, yeah, we did do a Camel Nights last night. He did reveal the Platooth manga is on its way. Look forward to that, Mo. There's going to be a Platooth manga. He's like, I have no idea what that is. Potatoes, exactly. All right. Enough waffle. We've got 18 people here. Is anyone over? No one is over on Instagram. Actually, I'm going to put this over here so I have a little bit more viewing room. I'll read the chat there. And then I can just respond, you know, without actually doing anything. I thought you were the Insta King. No, I'm terrible at Instagram. I don't understand that side at all. I was complaining about it to those guys last night. Rob, I was saying to Rob, there's artists on that site that get gazillions of views, and I don't, and likes and everything. I'm talking like way above and beyond anything any artists seem to get on Twitter. So like if you're a big time artist on Twitter, I think probably the most you're going to get is a few thousand or so. I'm talking about like likes. On Instagram, they're getting hundreds of thousands if you're big time. I'm not big time, as is evidenced, just in general. But I guess everyone starts somewhere. I said, I don't know what I mean. I said I know that they're better than me, and of course Rob Pipe did. Yeah, a lot better than you. All right, Rob. Mo knows what Platooth is. It's the student film Camel made, perhaps not a full lark, but lark adjacent. I read the reviews. Some people did something. Old people were doing something in that movie. I think he might modernize it, for a modern audience. Camel says, yeah, the bots are insane on Instagram. I mean, it has to be, doesn't it? But then again, if you think about it, if you're an artist, if you're purely there for the art, it really is a kind of a better option because it's like Twitter, but with none of the nonsense, It really is just art focused. There's no, people do share stuff of other people. Mel's going to start doing that for me because I don't even know how that works over there. Like I'll see people mention or something and I don't really know what that is. He just called me Cam. Sorry. I didn't mean to. I can't. You notice I was using my pen. I can't do two things at once. The brain shuts down. I apologize. Mo, not Camel. Clearly. Very, very, very different people in many ways. When he's with you, Mo, he's thinking of Camel. It's hard. He says, I charitably assume it means you hold me in high regard, not that you want to build a Batman pillow fort with me. I mean, it could be fun. Maybe. I've decided I want her in blue and then these guys in orange. But then I might have to redo a little bit of the highlights, which is annoying, but that's just what happens. Coloring is always a problem-solving practice, exercise. You know what? I might actually just put some... a little bit of a little bit of this going. Before we get started, actually show where some light is coming from. Not quite so much, but you'll get the idea. Not that much, maybe. No, that's too much. Back and to the left. Back and to the left. Right. That means now I'm going to cut these guys out. So I hadn't expected to do any of this. It's all just on the fly. That's why coloring takes so long. You can't know what you're going to do until you get in there and start doing it. I trust all of you have been dutifully watching all of my videos for Cocktober, creator-owned comic reviews. I enjoy reading every single one of your lovely comments that you all leave. Actually, I don't plan on continuing it, but I do, doing it again. It's got me my hankering for when I was, reading like indie books and stuff and doing shows on them and videos and shorts and stuff. I have decided I will be doing that again, but just not so much. I was doing, the reason I gave it up, it was just taking up too much time. But then, I was doing like 3 or 4 books a week. It's too much. I just don't have time for it. So I was thinking maybe better to do 1 book a week, a bit more in depth. Make a video on it, make some shorts on it, do a bit of a stream segment. Pick a good book, because I had that reading list that I didn't get anywhere near through it. It'd be cool to start with the Kelly Jones Dracula one. I don't know if that's available digitally though. I'll have to check that out. Mark has watched most of them. Excellent. They've been mostly positive up until this point. I did start reading the next one last night. I didn't finish it. I think we might be in for another slightly negative one. I didn't enjoy Stump as much as the other books I've been reading. But I will keep it constructive, of course. Snack says, on October, I break up my PTP Sleepy Hollow book. I don't know if I got that one. Oh, you know what? I helped him ship them out, I think. I know I helped him ship out a bunch of stuff, but I think I helped him with that one. I can't quite remember, but I don't think I've read it. What's up, Patrick T? What's up, Dave Brink? Now there's one I did enjoy. Does this sound weird? I know you guys in the Netherlands, you all speak English really well. I have a story. Where was it from? Is it even the same country? Where were we? We were in Eindhoven. Is that in the Netherlands? It's been so long now. I think it is. It might not be, though. Anyway, we were amazed. Everyone could speak perfect English. We were hanging out at 2, 3 a.m. in the city, just speaking to homeless people. And they all had university degrees and they spoke perfect English. And I was amazed. But I shouldn't have been. Oh, yes, it is in the Netherlands. And you're from he's from the Netherlands. Anyway, I was just very impressed by Dave's English in that book. And I felt kind of bad because I only did the first one. Some of these others, it's 4 books in 1 book. so I read a bit more. But I do look forward to getting back into it. Jake says he needs to catch up on all his cock videos. That'll put you on a list. But Powell's art in that book, oh my god, fan bloody tastic. All right, let's do this as well, hey. And then there was that the passenger of U977, which I kind of suspected I would really like anyway. But that was mind-blowing. And then I checked out the guy's website, Afterlight Comics. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. He's a horror publisher, and it's crazy. It's really high-quality stuff. So, I mean, I'm not really a horror guy, but I might have to check out some more. I say that, but a lot of the books on that friggin' list I'm going to read are horrors. Look up Dutch for love, the most unromantic language on the planet. People say that about German. But the thing with the German is, like, they always give the most, the word that people don't use. They don't say the slang. And Germans have slang as much as everyone else does. Snack says, I'd figure Welsh would be the most unromantic. Yeah, maybe. It's definitely an interesting accent. Here's Mo picturing me in Eindhoven at 2 a.m. speaking to hobos on the street. So it turns out those degrees didn't come in so handy after all. Speaking of handy, how would you boys like to make some easy money? I wasn't that desperate. I was freezing. It was freezing and we had nowhere to go. We ended up trying to get some sleep in a phone booth. But yeah, they were definitely the nicest bums I've ever come across. And most highly educated bums as well. Well done, Netherlands, for having such highly educated bums. It's probably not the same anymore. This was 20-something years ago. I'm sure it's a very different affair. German love is just an aggressive and cold love. Yeah, in French, I love you is je t'aime. And in German, it's ich liebe dich, which, has a different kind of charm, but not quite je t'aime. Although I'm kind of putting a name thing on it. You see, people think French is all like, like that. It does actually have a lot of guttural sounds in it too. Mo is bemoaning my nicest bums I ever. I swear, I'm not trying to do this. It just happens. It just happens of its own accord. Education is not what it used to be. Standards lower each year. Yeah, I was watching a video about how the Scandinavian countries used to be the diamond of the world for education, and how it's just really back shots bankrupt. I do it to myself. That's the problem. I do it to myself. So yeah. Can't complain. If you've never watched Arrested Development, you should check it out. You definitely, I do. I loved Arrested Development, and I do like Tobias. I don't know if I identify with Tobias. You know, I don't wear the. He's the one who wears the short denim shorts, yeah, in the shower. Sumo says, "You only did it yourself, it'd be fine. It's when you do it to the Dutch bums that you run into problems." Mel was there. She can attest to this. There was no funny business. I'm pretty sure I've told this story before. We were, you know, being an Australian, there's never any option of just going anywhere else. You're in Australia, you're in Australia. There's no quick escape. It's a long, drawn out, expensive ordeal to get out of this country. Many hours. So I just thought, you know what? I got off early off school one day. I was like, we're on the border of Belgium. Like, let's just go have an adventure, like friggin' Bilbo. So somehow I convinced Mel and my friend, and we just hopped on a train. And I was like, let's go to Amsterdam. But by the time the train left, yeah, we kind of didn't make it. We made it as far as Eindhoven, and then we were like, I guess we better find somewhere to stay. But by that time, you know, the only hotel we could find was like super expensive, and we would only be there for a couple of hours. So we decided, oh, let's just hang out in the town center. But then we didn't realize everything's shut. We were in this really cool Australian pub. It was amazing. We found an Australian pub in Eindhoven, and we were listening to John Farnham and drinking VBs, €8 VBs. But then I think they kicked us out at like 11 or something. So she's an accessory to the crime. Actually, I might knock her out a little bit. Let's have a look. Yeah. Hooker shopping? No, we would. I just wanted to see it. I was like, because, you know, you can't do that sort of stuff in Australia. So I was like, that's cool. You can just jump on a train and go to friggin' Amsterdam. Well, as long as you leave enough time. I thought we had an adventure, you know. We did have an adventure. I bet when I convinced Mel to do that, she wasn't expecting she'd be trying to get to sleep in a Eindhoven phone booth that night. My friend was talking to the bums, and yeah, like I said, they're all like university educated, and they were telling him about all their inventions and things. It's pretty funny. It wasn't a big deal, Mo. What's up, Camel? You know, maybe a slight slip of the worst night ever. Thanks for reminding. Oh, come on, Mel. I said to her at the time, this is about making memories. We'd probably only just met, you know. You could sort of consider it a date of sorts. Memories for you, trauma for the bum. The bums were fine. The bums were used to it. You know, they're used to tourists coming in. think they enjoyed it. They just they liked having someone to talk to that was, you know, not from around there. Ever see the Lazarus Project? I'm watching it now. I actually thought about watching that a bunch of times, and I went, all right, I'll give it a look. I just wasn't sure I wanted to invest in another TV show, you know. It's about making people who can come back from the dead, I assume. The bums were fine. Bancroft's Yelp review. No, there was no hostel. It wasn't really that kind of town. We hoped there would be, but there wasn't. It wasn't that big. It's not like, it's kind of like a small place. 8 out of 10 would harass again. But we were so cold by the time we had to wait until, so we were out on the street at, I don't know, 2 a.m. or something. We had to wait until it was either 6 a.m. or 9 a.m. Probably 6 a.m. I reckon. Until the train station opened. We were banging on the door, open it up, because the guy was in there getting ready. We're like, because we just needed to get out of the cold. And we all ran, and we ran up to like the ticket booth, the ticket machine, because the ticket machine was warm. It had been on all night. We were like hugging the ticket machine for warmth. Sumo says, "Oh no, it ends on a cliffhanger. Got cancelled. Oh, that sucks." Still, I don't mind watching. You know, then you can just get to imagine what could have been. A legendary special Amsterdam film, known locally as The Bumming. They still talk about it. They still talk about it today. It's become an urban legend in Eindhoven. You remember the time those 2 crazy Australians and that one French chick came here? And we were like, what are you doing here? Didn't you book any accommodation or anything? And they're like, no, we just wanted to taste the flavors of the Netherlands. Oh, I screwed this up. God damn it. Let's do that again. I remember this scene in the Lucent trailer. Indeed. It was crazy how much it looked like this stuff. I hate it when shows get cancelled on a cliffhanger. There was that nun show I watched, Sumo. It was like, was it a nun show? I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Spanish. It's kind of like a, imagine if Constantine was a chick kind of thing and she was in with the nuns. Yeah, and it didn't even end on a cliffhanger. It ended in the middle of a fight. And I thought, where's the next episode? And there wasn't one, ever. It was bizarre. What am I doing here? I'm doing something. All right. Exactly, Mo. None. There was no resolution. I was left waiting and wanting. Actually, I wasn't really wanting. It wasn't that good. That shadow reminded me of a toreador. I wish I still had that video. You know I don't speak Spanish. Maybe I do have it. I'm sure I got rid of it. I did. How is Mel watching? Aren't you dropping the kids off? What's going on out there? It's ironic the show was cancelled then. Too bad they couldn't see into the future like in the show. It's crazy how you get good shows and they get cancelled for, whatever reason. Oh, we didn't have enough viewership after. Like most shows don't even get that good until season 3, season 4. And then, other shows seem to last forever. God knows how. Snark says it's because there's a traffic accident, a jackknifed Roo on the intersection. You've got to go up to Rob Country to see kangaroos out on the roads. The last time we went up to hang out with Rob, that's exactly what we saw. I was just like sitting. This is how weird it is up where he lives. I was sitting at an intersection, waiting for the light to turn green, and an enormous kangaroo, huge, just leaps into the like next to the car. Boing, boing, like in a friggin' movie. On the street, jumps through the intersection and then bounces off, yonder. And I was so shocked. I was like, he couldn't say anything, and then finally it got out, and I was like, "Get kangaroo!" But by that time, it was gone. That's how Bush Rob is. I guess it matches up with his personality. He likes to not be bothered by society. Did he offer to wash by windows? No. Bancroft, bougie, Rob, bushy. I mean, I just live in, normal land. I live in normal land where normal things happen. You guys, if you live in like suburban, area of a city, we're living in a pretty similar place, I would say. Although I don't know how many of you guys have a cottage in your backyard. Since when was Australia normal? There was a time. There was a time when Australia was a pretty normal place. I'd say the last time Australia was normal was probably the early 2000s. Maybe 2000 and maybe even 2007. Around then. It's pretty normal. Not no more. Then the feminists came. Like a zombie horde. I have a garage with termites. Or car hole. What do you call it? Car hole? Patrick and Well-Read going at it in the chat. The internet. I blame Midnight Oil just because. What's up, Maromi? Mo says Bancroft lives in normal land where the government protects you from any and all giant spiders unless they are real. Mm-hmm. And then it's fend for yourself. We were cleaning out the office the other day, and I picked up a piece of fabric, and there's a bloody huntsman in there. But I handled it like a champ, like a man. I didn't squeal. I just folded up the fabric and casually took him outside and gave him a bit of a shake. He didn't want to jump off. He's very happy. He's very happy to be in his hiding place. Midnight Oil is definitely us. I mean, it's hard because you grow up Australian. It's like kind of a, an anthem sort of thing. But then you grow up and you like realize what the lyrics are all about and everything. And then you're like, okay. Do you know the guy? I can't remember his name. The lead singer who dances weird. He became a politician for a while, and completely, you know what happens when you become a politician. You've got to toe the party line, and he ended up being completely going against his all the rhetoric. It was pretty funny. Garrett Evans. Is that his name? I've literally never looked at a spider and went, he looks happy. Yeah, they look happy sometimes. Have you not seen that old granddad spider? Come on, he's a very happy spider. At least he's happy. Where's he? Grandpa Spider. Yeah, that guy. This guy. Tell me that's not a happy chappy. Okay. Just chilling. Nugget would have killed him like a real G. Simply Green says, I'd much rather deal with Huntsman than whitetails or any other poisonous stuff you have there. Yeah, well, exactly. Huntsman's a I don't know why people freak out over Huntsman's. Damn it, now I've lost my thing. Australia was normal around the time you gave us Natalie Imbruglia. After that, I had such a crush on her when I was like 10. She played a character on Neighbours before she went into singing. And she played the kind of tomboy who was actually hot, you know? So everyone pretended like she was ugly because she was a mechanic. But she was, oh my God, she's actually not. There was the big reveal. There's a darkness in there. What, in that Grandpa Spider? No. Australian Jane Weedland. I don't know who that is. Do you have any reference? I suppose I could Google it. But I'm trying to be somewhat productive. The little girl from the Go-Go's played Joan of Arc in Bill and Ted. I didn't know she was anyone of note. I remember that girl in Bill and Ted, but I didn't know she was someone. The Singing Telegram in Clue. You know we call that Cluedo? I don't remember any Singing Telegram. I have a comic signed by Jane Weedland. She wrote one several years back. Oh my God, everyone makes comics. What's up, Sleeping Psychopathy? Yeah, we call it Cluedo. I don't know why. Here it is. Is it going to paste? Where is it? Yeah. Cluedo. You know, they got in the new version, they got rid of their so that's like Plum now. It's not Professor Plum, and it's not Colonel Mustard, it's just Mustard. It's not as good. I know why they make things cheaper and worse. I still say Professor Plum. Cluedo. So I want her, I want this whole back part to be a bit blue, and then I want these guys to be a bit orange. So, which means some more selecting. Did they get rid of Mrs. Peacock because of the word cock in the name? Was she not there? Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Let me just finish this mask. I'll check that out. That's surely Peacock, is it? Has to be, because you've got, is it Miss Scarlet? Mrs. White? Who's the green guy? Can't remember his name. It's very ethnically diverse now. Surely that has to be Peacock. No, Peacock is blue. That must be Peacock. Peacock is blue. So then that, who's that? I don't know who that is. Mr. Green. Oh, that's easy enough. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. She's like in some kind of hippie dress. That was clearly Professor Plum with the candlestick. And that's probably Scarlet with the wrench. What is that? They left Mrs. White and didn't make Peacock trans. I know, seems like a missed opportunity. They did it with what's that game? Guess Who as well. They made it worse. I don't know if you guys, I guess they just wanted to update it or whatever, and they made it so much worse. And they had to go back and make like a classics edition, which is so much better. What is causing that? Speaking of mysteries, what the hell is this? Do you guys see that? Or is it there? It's on that layer. What is that? I don't know. Maybe it's in the flat. Oh, it could be in the shadows. No. What the hell is that? What have I done? Does nothing. Could be the inks, maybe. Bangers is an hour ahead because of daylight savings. Yes, it is 9:02 in the morning. It's Pikachu. I don't know what that's annoying me. See how it's got this dark area on the side of his face? I cannot find a reason. Just turn everything off one by one until I discover the culprit. See, that just doesn't make sense. Translucent effect. I don't know. Well, time to trash it. Start over. See how he's got that dark area? Yeah, it's annoying him. I mean, probably no one would ever notice it, but it just annoys me that I can't find it. Like, what is it? I know it's on this layer. Or maybe this is just highlighting something that's already there. I just can't see it. Maybe if I just brighten things up quickly, I'll be able to find it. No. Aha! All right. It is there. What is it, though? Is it the inks? No, it's not the inks. It's not that. Shadows. It's that. So that see why coloring is so frustrating? I don't understand this. That's just a color. You shouldn't even see this. That's supposed to be overlaid by the inks. They're at 100%. They're a multiply. Ah, okay. All right. I figured it out. Secret inserted blackface. I know, right? Okay, I figured it out. Look. So what I have to do now is I have to make them not multiplied. Take them. I hope this works. Okay. Invert that. Make that black. And it's done nothing. The forehead is smoking. It really is. This is annoying me. What the hell? This should not be happening. I'm going to turn everything else off. I found it. I found it. It wasn't where I thought it was. I'm an idiot. I found it. I had like a darken layer thing up there. Okay. Okay. All right. See why it takes so long? Human error. All right, now I can turn that whatever off there, and I'm back. People from the future are trying to stop Aussie comics. Who, Jeffrey Beats? And great to see you here, by the way. Jeffrey hangs out on Rocky's channel. Everyone should subscribe to Rocky. Great comic book channel, great guy. He's been doing this. He does a lot of masterclass sort of inking things. And lately he's been doing Web of Spider-Man #1, which is one of my favorite all-time covers, and it looks amazing. No more black makes Bancroft happy. Well, no more black where it shouldn't be, you know? It shouldn't have been there. Now it isn't. Finally, I can rest. Jeffrey, I don't want to say it to Rocky. I was doubting Thomas. I was like, okay, how are you going to make that piece, which is so painterly in inks? But he's nailing it. He really is. He's making it work. He's got the old what is it called? The halftone stuff, zipper tone out. He's got his little scalpel out. It's working. So this is what I get for doing sloppy flats. Now I've got to go in and bloody lasso everything. Whatever it is. Dr. Mask just subscribed. Yeah, Rocky Ballesteros. Maybe Mo has a link there. Really good channel. It's become a. He also does he'll get his books that he gets on Wednesday, and he'll kind of go through them a bit like I used to do. Oh, he already posted a link. Cool. But he'll do it like I'm doing now. He'll have the actual physical comic. It's too much. A gentle touch. I'm calling for a gentle touch here. Just a little. The cock every day for October has proven to be more difficult than I thought. It's hard, isn't it? It's like, yeah, it's time. Especially, some of them are long. But I've kind of committed myself now. No, not Roquefort. Rocky Ballesteros. I don't know why he spells it like that. It just is what it is. I thought he was a Roque when I first saw him. The channel has a bit of vintage Bancroft feel, except with the co-host. Yeah, it's good. He's inspired me to get back into more of that. 100%. Just checking out comics and stuff. Very chill. But I know what I also like that he's doing. I like the, with his master stuff, it's over a number of streams. So I'm thinking when I finally get onto Ember Crown, that's what I might do. I might just pick a page, and that one, I'm going to see that page from start to finish, on a stream. See it through. I like that. Rather than jumping around like I always do. I think that's makes it a bit more fun because it's kind of like a journey, and then you get to see, oh, this is where it started, this is where it ends. I think that's cool. Dr. Mars says took me 2 days for the Dracula. Yeah, that's why I only really for the book 1. That's pretty nuts. I'm gonna see if I can get that digitally. Might be my first one back into making that sort of content. Holla if you hear me. I do hear. Well, I don't hear you, Luke, but I do see you. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining us here on this fine Friday morn. This fine spring morning. Probably not for you, but for me, yes. For book 2, just didn't have the time. That's how it is. It's just how it is. It's how it be. I think I'm gonna knock him out as well. There we go. There we go. And then these two. Oops. What's up, K-pop? I will be on K-pops tomorrow. At, I believe it is at 7:30 in the PM. Your guys' time. K-pop has a YouTube channel. I find that difficult to believe because if she did, surely I'd have a wrench there. Oh, I can't help you with that, no. That is on K-pop. It is difficult to believe you wouldn't have a wrench somewhere. Blasphemous, really. Snark says you'd fit in so well with her weebery. I think we're going to be chatting a little bit about Lord of the Rings, among other things. Henry would like to point out to Mo Biggs that K-pop has graciously bestowed a wrench on him. You know, just in case anyone's wondering. She's a woman after Bearcroft's own heart with that shameless gaslighting. I don't even know who has a wrench on in my chat. Who can keep track of such things, you know? Even Rocky gave Mo a wrench, and I troll him relentlessly. says Mo. All right, now here, unfortunately, oh no, we were really all right here, at least on this guy over here. I keep cutting this guy out, but I really don't need to. Over here, sloppy work. It's pretty much what I'm looking to do, just something like that. Just to differentiate them. You can also have a little bit of blue, a little bit, not much, on the side here. Like so. Henry's trying to get the creative block quadfecta. Jake and Reenie have been stubbornly resisted. Oh, I'm surprised, Henry. Henry, you don't even have a wrench here. It's my eternal shame. Hold on a sec. Henry Bemis. There you go. All right, just finished this up. I think that's going to have to be it because I do have to go to work. Hey, thanks, Bancroft. Ouch. That's the thing about a wrench on this channel. There's a little bit of a sting. It comes with a little bit of a sting. Just has to be like that, though. Otherwise, what's the point? You know. Right. Hooray for science and Henry. All righty then. Just saving it. Man, if I didn't have to go to work, I could finish this book this month. But, you know, my kids, they're always eating. They eat. They want shelter and clothing and entertainment. They're very demanding. The wrench just makes it more egregious when he ignores you. It is like that scene in Dodgeball. It's in fact exactly like that scene in Dodgeball. Yeah, this is looking good. Just go. I've saved it so I can go back and do a little bit of a. This is where we started. And this is where we've ended. So I'll do a little bit more highlights on these fellas, and then that panel is done. Another one in the bank, in the can, so to say. And then there we go. StreamYard just said, all right, enough of that sharing. You don't need to do any of that. That is going to be it for me. I will see you tomorrow for something. I don't know. Figure something out. I hope you have a wonderful evening, day, whatever it is. And I will see you on the... Actually, who's streaming? Anyone I can raid into? Share the love. Pass it on. Pass it forward. No, I'm not seeing anyone. All right, that's going to be it then. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.
Perth made an Australian video, and I wasn't even in it.
Emotional damage.